Well, as often happens, I kept going for a while. Got a little carried away, I guess. Well, not really. Just kept working. Um, I have the painting to the point now where all that's left is the water. I have a plan for it already. I'm just that was it. I ran out of steam. So, but what I did do is I made these rocks. I brought them up. I brought, well, I guess most of the areas up in value a little bit. I gave them a little more design, organized them a little bit, and made them appear to be a little bit more sculpted than they were. Also, on the highlighting, I went with warmer colors, mostly raw umber and white, so that this would still be, excuse me, similar to the colors here, but because they're catching a bit of light, they sort of reflect this. You know, these are quite blue here. I wanted these rocks to be bluish because they're adjacent to the yellows, right? Very complementary colors. I did not want to have warm colored rocks here adjacent to all these very warm colors because they kind of get lost in each other then, right? So that's why I didn't do that. You know, I needed a little bit, I needed one branch here to be clarified a bit. You can't see that right now on camera, but that's what I did. Needed to fix this, needed to do a little bit of work in here. This tree was very dark. I needed to put a little more light on it because it was a bit of an outlier. It was, the whole tree was sort of these values. It needed to catch enough light so that these two seem more like a pair rather than one so much darker than the other. I did want to keep these rocks fairly dark against the light, but I still raised the value a little bit. Just has a little bit more of a mature look. This bush bothered me quite a bit until I actually ended up going in with some more colors. I redefined some of the lines in the rocks, as you can see. I added a couple. And under here, I defined these trunks a little more as well. Not much, just a hint. Like the whole area didn't need a lot of work. It just needed, yeah, some grooming, I guess, some housekeeping. So yes, this red bush, I had used as sort of my base red, Cad Red Medium for, well, Cad Red Medium, otherwise known as Cad Red, cadmium red. And the whole thing looked a little bit too cartoonish. Now, of course, the whole painting still has that lilt to it, but this was just too two-dimensional, as I think I mentioned. So instead of going back in with Cad Red Medium, I used alizarin crimson as my red. I mixed it with yellow ochre so that it would not be anywhere near as high a chroma as this area. But I did end up going up a little bit in value in general, and I did go up in chroma, and I thought that's fine. It can withstand it, you know. The light that's caught on here, none of it's sunlight. It's really mostly just catching ambient light. The darkest point, the darkest streak, I want it to be against the light, but then naturally, when you look at something that, a dark edge against the light edge, you know, if you're looking at this mass of land, first you look at this, your eyes are a little bit blinded. Then you look this way, and this looks very dark against very light. Then as you continue to look to the left, naturally, excuse me, your eyes adjust, and you start to begin to see some color in here. So I wasn't afraid to up the ante a little bit here regarding chroma. But at the same time, this area is still kept quite soft. I'm liking it. I'm happy with it. Right now, I am considering from here to here on the painting to be finished. Also these rocks, done. Also this water, done. I'm going to bring back some of these greens into here. I'm not fond of having this strong purple that low in the painting, you know? It's just too low. I need to make this less interesting. I want this and this to become sort of a body together, even though one is water, the other is rock. Visually, I want them to work together to support everything basically from here up. So to bring strong purples down into here kind of defeats the purpose. So we're going to go back to these greens. That's ultramarine blue and hints of cobalt blue and burnt sienna and a bit of white. So I'm going to, when I get back to this next week, I'm going to jump in there and strengthen this. That's all I have to do. That's all I have to do, you know? So, yeah, yippee, I like it. Getting some company next week, getting some company on Monday. I might be able to get, that's later in the afternoon, but I do have some chores too. So I may or may not see on Monday. We'll see. If this gets done, I'll be looking forward to, that's the point at which I will run through the painting, because then it'll be done. Then I'll run through the painting, run through the colors on the painting. But as usual, I think I said last time, the next time you see the painting, it'll be finished. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's me for you. Liar. Filthy, disgusting liar. Anyway, I'm pretty happy with, you know, getting as far as I did carry on here. Quite happy with that now. So all it needs is this to be, it's close, so I won't say it needs to be corrected, it needs to be finished. Okay? A little bit of grooming, some slight changes. And of course, I'm going to throw a signature in. It's going to be down here. That's it for now. See you soon.